Hello everyone, I'm Heather Dawson and welcome to California Life, where we bring you the best of California every week on our show. And it's finally time to travel again, and what better way than on your own private jet. David Wiley shows us how to travel in style.
Imagine whisking away to some of your favorite destinations on a private jet. A luxury once reserved for the rich and famous is now available to all of us thanks to SetJet, a membership-based private charter jet program. Co-founded by CEO Tom Smith, the SetJet concept was created 10 years ago to bring the private jet experience to the masses.
Private aviation can be very, very expensive, so we wanted to find a way to share that experience. The concept was to create a membership through SetJet that all of our members would get to benefit from the access to these aircraft that are multi-million-dollar interiors like you see behind me, and get the experience of flying in and out of a FBO at a private airport or even a public airport, but not having to deal with the terminals, not having to deal with the uncomfortable travel associated with commercial travel, especially in today's environment.
And they did this by creating a model that gives their members access to luxurious private jets at a price comparable to traditional first-class travel.
By creating this membership, we're allowing our members to help offset the cost of having to buy the aircraft and operate that aircraft. So it's a $99 a month to join, and then it's $99 a month to become a member, whether you fly or not. And then it's about $470 each way. It's about an hour trip between Southern California, Northern California, Las Vegas, and Phoenix, Arizona. So we picked routes that really fit this airplane very, very well, and access. There was a lot of people traveling between those routes.
JetSet has proven popular not only with business travelers, but families and even those with pets. And in these days of COVID-19, SetJet offers spacious and sanitary travel.
We were the first and only aviation company in the United States to offer COVID testing to our members. We sanitize the aircraft after every flight, and you can see there's a lot of space behind me, so you're not sitting right next to anybody on the airplane.
And while most of the flights crisscross between Phoenix, Las Vegas, Southern California, and the Bay Area, SetJet recently added flights to a favorite getaway destination.
We did bring in the resort travel down to Cabo San Lucas, which has been extremely popular.
SetJet is truly revolutionizing the airline industry by offering a safe, luxurious, and affordable travel experience. See all that SetJet has to offer at setjet.com. Bringing you the best of California, I'm David Wiley for California Life.
And coming up, have you ever dreamed of getting non-surgical plastic surgery? Beverly Hills dermatologist Dr. Busso joins us in studio today to share his best cosmetic secrets and his world-renowned Busso lift. Plus, Elise joins us next with top locations that inspired Disney movies. And we talk to John Stamos and one of the most sought-after celebrity trainers. It's all coming up next after this short break. He's one of the most recognized leaders in plastic surgery, from acclaimed research on cosmetic fillers and a fellowship with the American Academy of Dermatology. Dr. Busso specializes in dark circles, Botox, and his world-renowned Busso lift, developing some of the largest cosmetic practices in Miami and now Beverly Hills. Dr. Mariano Busso joins us in studio. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
It is such a pleasure, and I have enjoyed just learning from you, truly the expert, on everything that I think is kind of now a main topic. Every time I go out, I don't know if it's my age or the time that we're in our lives, but it's really become something that people aren't afraid to talk about. Whether it's what are you doing, how are you doing it, who are you going to? Have you noticed that it's something that people openly talk about?
Absolutely. I remember back in the 90s, people would hide. If someone would do Botox, would deny it. Maybe the person could not move one drop of their eyebrows. I would say, no, I never had Botox. Today, it's accepted. And I think that we know that after a certain age, if people look really good, it's because they've done something. Now we have extremely safe products, extremely safe techniques, great outcomes. People are very knowledgeable about all these procedures, so they have a lot of experience. So you see a lot of people that receive them happy, and they bring their friends because they're all happy with it.
It is scary for me to think to put my kid under even for getting their tonsils out. And I just heard a story about somebody that did like a mini facelift when they were under for 6 hours. And I love the thought that you are getting the same effect with the Busso lift, a non-invasive. You don't have to go under like that. I mean, is that part of the reason that you invented this?
Right, part of frustration because the concept of lifting structures is old. It's just that technology was not available. We all know that the face changes over time, which we call aging, which means we lose fat, and gravity pulls down a structure, so brings the cheeks down, jaws down, and so that's what we call aging. So we needed one more tool, which was something that was not surgical, that could reposition the fat, cheeks or jowls, that descended through time, through gravity. And now that we have that, and that was the Busso lift. So I studied and experimented with threads until eventually I was able to reposition fat on the face to whatever location was adequate. And so it's a very powerful tool, extremely powerful tool.
And that is something that you want, especially in the entertainment industry, now that you're in Beverly Hills. You know, what do you think about your clientele here, even just versus Miami?
Well, in order to serve my celebrity clientele better, then I opened my practice in Beverly Hills, because one of the issues about celebrities, they cannot do too much at once, because they cannot change too much, and they cannot afford the side effects or the downtime. And so for that, I needed to be here in Beverly Hills.
I love that we have access to you. So, you know, it can be a little intimidating to go into a Beverly Hills office and, you know, see somebody of your caliber, but I love that when you make an appointment, we do get to come see you.
Well, absolutely. It's the boutique office in terms of I want to provide the service. I like the human interaction. So it's part of what I enjoy doing. And it's part of the procedure, because you had to build up a relationship which is based on trust. And you had to understand the person, the circumstances, to properly tailor the treatment to that person, to those person's circumstances. So that I had to be there present. And plus I enjoy it.
I know. Well, we love having you here, so please come back.
Thank you. I will.
And that was Dr. Busso with us here in studio. You can always check out more of our segments online. And coming up here on California Live, we've got a ticket to the hottest somatic party of the summer. And we catch up with John Stamos. Then see why celebrities, socialites, and models train with one of the most sought after trainers in New York City. And our very own Elise joins us next with the top 10 real life places that inspired Disney movies. It's all coming up next here in Entertainment after this short break. And now it's time to hear from Elise, who has the top 10 real-life places that inspired Disney movies.
Have you ever secretly wanted to visit Cinderella's castle or maybe explore the African safaris from The Lion King? Did you know that those Disney places were inspired by real-life locations that you can actually go visit? Here are the top 10 real-life places that inspired Disney movies. Number 1. Neuschwanstein Castle, Germany inspired Walt Disney's Sleeping Beauty Castle, the castle that started it all. Number 2. Mont Saint Michel in Normandy, France inspired Tangle's Kingdom of Corona. Number 3. The French village Alsace inspired Belle's provincial town from Beauty and the Beast. Number 4. Hotel des Glaces in Quebec City, Canada inspired Elsa's Ice Palace in Frozen. Number 5. The Chalon Castle in Switzerland inspired Prince Eric's lakeside castle from The Little Mermaid. Number 6. Alcazar Segovia, Spain inspired Snow White's castle. Number 7. The Taj Mahal inspired the Sultan's Palace from Aladdin. Number 8. Amboseli National Park inspired the landscape behind The Lion King. And number 9. St. Olaf's Church in Balestrand, Norway inspired the chapel in Frozen. And finally, number 10, the UN Drop-In in Shamrock, Texas is a real-life gas station that inspired the movie Cars. All right, that's it for our list. If you want to know how to get to these places or more on travel destinations, check out our blog on CaliforniaLifeHD.com.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
With the traditional and great rendition of the national anthem sung by Evelyn Thurston, the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes have now kicked off their 30th year of baseball with a celebratory opening night at Lone Mark Field. Three decades of baseball is quite an accomplishment for this club, as the city of Rancho Cucamonga has truly embraced this team and all that encompasses a great night of entertainment for families throughout the Inland Empire. Team General Manager Grant Rillo gives us an insight on the ingredients for the success and expresses his excitement in kicking off a brand new season.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, the relationship with the city and the Dodgers and all of our fans, we're so excited to celebrate 30 years. You know, I think the passion is around affordable family entertainment and, you know, just the way this community gathers together. And, you know, the Rancho Way is a special thing. You know, I mean, it's just they take care of their things. The ballpark's still beautiful. You know, obviously the Dodger partnership is strong, and you can come out and watch a great team in a wonderful environment. Yeah, we're kind of shooting for a circus with a baseball game going on in the background. So, yeah, Tremor, Aftershock. You know, our master of ceremonies, Crazy Jay. We have a lot of fun out here. Don't take ourselves too seriously, and it's a show.
And for many, the allure of springtime and baseball is all the reason you need to take in a Quakes game.
Just random. We just bought tickets randomly. Yeah, random. Yeah.
Like, let's just go.
Yeah, we've been here before. Well, I've been here before. It's our first time. So yeah.
So kind of probably just to have fun.
So what do you guys like about baseball?
Everything.
It's America's pastime.
Yeah.
The Rancho Cucamonga Quakes will host a total of 66 home games in 2023, with a schedule that extends all the way into the month of September. And with an affiliation with the nearby Los Angeles Dodgers, it might not be too surprising to see some from the Major League roster make an appearance at Lone Mark Field sometime during the season. But with spring in full bloom and summer just around the corner, the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes provide a great evening of sports entertainment that the whole family will enjoy. From Lone Mark Field, this is J.R. Ibarra.
Hey guys, it's Jason Rosidlo reporting from the Las Vegas Convention Center for the 2023 Bar and Restaurant Expo. Come along with me as I go for a tour.
This is celebrity chef Mr. Jet Tila. Okay, Jet, you ready? Okay, join in. Have him. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Jet.
R&B, soul, funk band, Kool and the Gang made an appearance on the red carpet. This year's expo featured 200 more exhibitors than last year. That includes just about everything that goes inside a bar, restaurant, or nightclub. Citrus America showed off their new machine that can juice 30 to 40 oranges, limes, and lemons per minute. It will speed up the process and protect their employees from carpal tunnel and other injuries.
This is a fantastic FSB. It's a great automated juicer, fully automated. It manages the fruit, it cuts and squeezes the fruit, and it makes the freshest orange juice you can possibly get. For the bar and restaurants, it's also a great machine for doing lemons and limes for your bar business. We dramatically reduce labor costs, so at 30 fruit a minute, this machine and a bigger machine does 40 fruit a minute. That means we can juice entire boxes of fruit in about 2 to 3 minutes, depending on the machine. So that means 2 gallons in just a few minutes. So we've helped a lot of Mexican restaurants, for example, reduce 5 hours of their labor cost down to under 1 hour. Show customers how we can help them, that there's a new way to do it. We also help customers. There's a lot of injuries that happens, repetitive motion injury, by manually squeezing a lot of fruit and cutting, you get a lot of like carpal tunnel syndrome and tendonitis. So we're trying to get the word out there that you can actually juice many, many boxes of fruit every day and reduce your risk for your employees as well.
Attendees were able to try free samples too. Cubica AMF told me more about their Flying Ducks duck pin bowling game. It can be a perfect addition for bars and restaurants looking to offer more entertainment options.
Well, we have a new sensation that's sweeping around the country and around the world. It's duck pin bowling. We call it Flying Duck. It is another form of bowling. Most people are familiar with the 10-pin bowling. Full size, 60 feet, big bowling balls, bowling shoes, all that. This is just another little variation of it as a shorter format that fits better in other operations. Yeah, these balls are just 3.5 pounds, which is easy for anybody to just pick up and roll. Yeah, those pins are squat little duck pins. They're smaller. Now, the other interesting thing is to the cousin of big ball bowling, it's the same width as big ball bowling, but it's just a different length. And so the pin spotters are new, just like the game is relatively new, and activates on strings. It's very low maintenance. Bars and restaurants are looking for other reasons to keep people there longer and other attractions to bring them in. This is a great social concept. It's pretty fun when you're at the bar with friends and saying, challenge you to a game of bowling. The other nice thing about it, especially the ladies like it, because you don't have to switch into your bowling shoes. You can stay in your heels and just bowl, and it's fine.
Guest Q introduced their check-in app that was designed for concerts and other special VIP events. Guests simply scan a QR code and then they are checked in.
GuestQ is a guest check-in software. It's mainly used for nightclubs. You can create different guest lists for promoters, for staff, anyone that you'd want to track guest check-ins for. You can also have an online form where guests can sign up and have their data collected in. You can send text messages, you can send emails with confirmations, you can check in with a QR code, and then at the end of the day, you collect all this data and then you know how many people checked in through your guest list, whether it's a promoter, anyone that you are, any guest list that you set up. Birthdays, VIPs, you can also have a permanent guest list. Where you can add this guest list to every event, and then they're just your regulars, basically.
And so what we have the ability is to scan a barcode, bring up the phone. So here it is, Ozzy Gomez is here with all their guests, and you have the ability to select how many people came in. Here, let's say that it was 3 people in general, and we click save, and that's the process. Also, let's say that they don't have a barcode, they could just come in here and say, they're looking for Aussie. The system starts populating as you start typing the letters. So like here, everybody with an O, then let's say a Z, my fingers. And then there's Aussie, and then I could go ahead and select if one more guest checked in. You also have the ability to edit and add on the spot if that's what you need.
So depending upon how many guests you're having at your event, they start from 99. And that's at 250 guests per event, guest signups, all the way up to, I think we have up to $399, which is like over 1,200 guests. We also have pay-as-you-go packages where you can pay per credit. And I think those also range from 99 up to like, I think $599 for like 6,000 guest credits.
Even established companies like Uber Eats and Sunkist had a presence at the Bar and Restaurant Expo. Bringing you the best of California from the 2023 Bar and Restaurant Expo, I'm Jason Rasidlo for California Life.
And that wraps up this episode of California Life. I'm your host, Heather Dawson. Make sure you watch us on Facebook and Instagram and follow our Twitter and listen to our new podcast. We'll see you next time.
Watch us on our YouTube channel. Stay connected to our social media, like our blogs on Facebook. Follow our tweets on Twitter. And check out our posts on Instagram and Pinterest, where we bring you the best of California.